Tuesday. And you know what Tuesday is? It's Sascha Speaks time. I am here to give you a presentation on on some of my actor obsessions, as it were. So welcome to my thirst stream. There will be many opinions, and they're all 100% subjective. If you don't like an actor or find them attractive, that is perfectly valid and I will support you, but this is about my thirst, not yours. I will attempt to give some... Hi, Flora! I will attempt to give some background on each actor and why I like them, and no, it's not just based entirely on looks. Yes, it is. It is welcome to Hotpants 101 with Professor Sascha. So yes, I will attempt to give some background on each actor and why I like them, and no, not just based entirely on looks, but as this is a thirst stream, it will definitely play a part. There is no particular order to each actor. Some I've liked forever, and others I've just met, so to speak. I will try to list off some background, but this will not be comprehensive, so if interested, please go look them up, and if they're on this list, please consider this a recommendation as well, because looks aren't all I go on. I have tried to avoid actors with any controversy around them, but as the saying goes, nobody's perfect. This is not my entire list. Depending on how long I go on each actor, I might end up adding one or two near the end. I don't know. Some actors will have varying levels of information available about them, but I'll try my best to keep things interesting. So, starting with my obviously most recent one, you've seen me post him a lot on Twitter already. He is beautiful and American, and his name is Hamish Linklater. This tall drink of water is 6 feet 4 inches. I first met him in Midnight Mass, and boy is he one hell of an actor. He is from Massachusetts in the US and is both actor and playwright, so a double threat. He is the son of a prominent Hollywood voice trainer, Kristen Linklater, who worked with many famous actors on how to project their voice. So early exposure in his life planted the creative seed. He first emerged on stage, but started in TV and movies around 2000 to 2001. From 2006 to 2010, he was on the sitcom The New Adventures of Old Christine as Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character's younger brother. From there, he has snagged various bit parts in different shows and a few smaller parts in movies, and has made himself known as a character actor. When asked about which roles he picks, he has stated in interviews that he always looks for some aspect of redemption. He has a lot of range. He's played a nerdy IRS agent in the TV series version of Fargo, a government agent chasing and researching mutants in the TV series Legion, a convicted predator in the TV series Tell Me Your Secrets, and a Catholic priest with secrets in the show Midnight Mass, which is what's actually pictured, among many other things, which I won't spoil because I think everybody should check out Midnight Mass. It's amazing, and not just because he's a beautiful boy. He has a sense of humor. He always seems to be cheerful and playful in interviews. It was so good. Oh my goodness. The show Midnight Mass provoked at least one thirsty memes page on the internet all about his character in Midnight Mass, which, yes please, also known as a PILF, priest I would like to F. Moving on. As a playwright, he says he tries to provide the actors playing his roles with juicy monologues and thought-provoking characters because he wants them to have fun with what they're doing. He hasn't said much about how he researches his roles, but I've gotten the impression from watching a lot of his interviews that he really does deep dive and does the work, as well as any necessary consulting with technical advisors. What do I personally like about him? Well, yes, he is pretty, and his voice is delicious. He carries himself theatrically, even in his TV and movie roles, which is something I've always liked to see. Good enunciation, pronounced body language, deliberate movements, emotions on clear display, etc. and he has a very unique way of speaking. His words are clear and concise. Something I'd imagine his mother trained him to do, and he's on the lighter side of bass. Something definitely in my, quote, I'd listen to him read the phone book, unquote, club. He's also stated that he doesn't like watching his own work, which I can sympathize with because I can't watch my own VODs. My voice drives me insane. It's true. It's true. I've barely watched any of my VODs. But I appreciate all of you joining me. He's taken, so he resides only in my fantasies, but dang, I'd still love to have a coffee and a chat with him if it was ever remotely possible. And naturally I do want him to have naturally I do wish him a happy life with his significant other, actress and co-star in a few things, Lily Rabe. So that was my first boy. Very delicious. Alright, let's move on to my second boy. This is Tom Hiddleston. You may or may not know him. He is beautiful and British. This tall statue is 6 foot 1 inch. I fell in love with him, much like everyone else, as when he played Loki in the Marvel movies. He started in TV while he was still doing theater around 2001. And yes, the boy. And acquired significant roles in many British TV shows, often acting against other well-known British actors like Ewan McGregor, who is also on my list, but I didn't put him in this. I haven't prepared for him, but I'm pretty sure this could be easily arranged if I run out of pretty boys for the time. Anyway, yes, he started in TV while he was still doing theater around 2001 and acquired significant roles, I can talk really, roles in many British TV shows, often acting against other well-known British actors like Ewan McGregor and Chiwetel Ejiofor. During his student years, he'd ended up working with the excellent Shakespearean writer/actor/director Kenneth Branagh, who ended up hiring him after he graduated from the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art in England to play Loki in the movie Thor. And of course, he's kept the role since through... Hi Ryaskar! Welcome to Hotpants 101 with Professor Sascha. Wow, I am just not able to talk today, apparently. Words are hard, but you know, when being dazzled with such stunning good looks, it's hard to talk. Alright, yes. Words are hard. But yes, this is the beautiful Tom Hiddleston, my second boy. I will be more than happy to review my previous boy if anyone is interested, because I could look at him all day. He is very pretty. But yes. Alright. Enjoy your shower, Ryaskar. Alright, so yes, going back to pretty boy Tom Hiddleston. So yeah, Kenneth Branagh hired him to play Loki in the movie Thor, and of course he's kept the role since through many films and even a TV show, because he's just that perfect and that British. He's got a very long filmography, however, as well as a very long list of theater productions he's been in. Cece, welcome! Welcome! I see you've come to look at pretty boys with me. Welcome to Hotpants 101 with Professor Sascha. Right now we are looking at the beautiful British boy, Tom Hiddleston. He is very beautiful and very British. Yes. Anyway, moving on. He's got a very long filmography as well as a very long list of theater productions he's been in that have nothing to do with Marvel. I'd list it here, but it would probably take the rest of the stream. So, I will clarify that I got like all of my information from Wikipedia, so take that as you will. I don't know why it would be wrong about actors, though, but I don't know. Anyway, he's also modeled lots of high fashion in British life, and although I'm not sure if he's ever walked the catwalk, I don't think he has, but don't quote me on that. He has appeared in a lot of magazines looking sharp as a tack. And there is no shortage of those pictures should you choose to search Google or whatever. I highly recommend viewing his other non-Marvel films, by the way, because he pretty much ends up stealing the show no matter what kind of role he's in. And he has range, having starred in both theater, movies, and TV in just about every conceivable role. From tragic and depressed damaged person in his early work film Archipelago, to World War I soldier in War Horse, a brief but memorable role alongside Benedict Cumberbatch, to an espionage role in the short TV series The Night Manager, where he actually pretended to be a night manager at a hotel for a week. I think it was a week. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Just to learn how things worked, and he wasn't even recognized while he was doing it. To basically pick any theater role he's done. What do I personally like about him? Well, he's hot, of course, and British, both important points. But beside that, much like Hamish Linklater, he's got theater training, but unlike Hamish, from the best theater school in Britain, arguably, and has been able to carry that successfully to his film and TV acting, able to speak clearly, concisely, his body language precise, his mannerisms perfect. And bonus fact, the boy can dance. Boy howdy. Just look him up on YouTube. He dances in at least one video enough to kick a chair quite a distance. It's very amusing. Second bonus, I went to the premiere of his film Only Lovers Left Alive, which was a vampire film. Highly recommend. At the Toronto International Film Festival, and was the last person in the Q&A to get answered by him personally, even. So after that, I was just in heaven, and I remember that day so well, and I was just like, I'm breathing the same air as Tom Hiddleston, and he answered my question, and it was just the best day ever. I could just like, that's it, you know, throw myself off a cliff and end life. Yes. This boy's taken too, recently engaged. Cute. Thank you, Flora. He is very cute. But yes, this boy is taken too, recently engaged to actress and writer Za? I don't know how she says her name, Ashton. But he also fits into the coffee and chat camp for me, and of course I wish him a happy life, etc. Oh yeah, I actually had a second picture as Loki. Let's just take a second to appreciate him as the pretty damaged, genocidal, beautiful boy, Loki. Because, yeah, I mean, look at that. Who wouldn't? Alright. Now, moving on. This boy, Sean Bean. My second longest crush, only after Damon Albarn of Blur, since early 90s, which I just aged myself. Take that as you will. He's a bit shorter than my others, at 5 feet 10 inches, but that's still pretty tall, considering. I first noticed him when he played Agent 006, aka Alec Trevelyan, in the James Bond movie GoldenEye, and really fell in love after I started reading the Sharp series of novels. Really good, by the way. I have nicknamed them my history porn, because the author Bernard Cornwell did so much research, traveling to all the places Mr. Sharp went, and looked up details and interviewed people, and so the books are very historically accurate, but it's also great because Sharp basically ends up going to every significant British historical conflict in the 17 and 1800s almost, including Waterloo, which is great. Um, but anyway, so yes, this is a picture of him as Richard Sharp. Um, yeah, I highly recommend. Um, and actually, amusingly, the author of the Sharp series, Bernard Cornwell, because they started making the movies literally after he finished and published the first book, he looked at Sean Bean and loved his performance so much that he actually changed how Richard Sharp looked to match Sean Bean because he loved his performance so much. So that's fun trivia. Um, but yes, and I found out that Sean played the title character in all 13 movies and he didn't die. Also, fun fact, there's 13 movies but 18 books, and I read all of them, and I have the entire series on DVD because beautiful boy. Um, Sean is beautiful and British, like Mr. Hiddleston, although he has aged a bit, but I still loved him. He graduated from the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art in 1983, and like a lot of British actors, got his start in theatre, which has lent him a powerful presence on screen as well. He's got a reputation for maintaining his native Yorkshire, Northern England accent and playing working class type characters. The rough and tumble type, like spies, soldiers, daily laborers, single married dads, that sort of thing. But he can also do quote unquote higher ups and such, and even classical type roles like Shakespeare and Boromir from Lord of the Rings, due to his theatrical training and a desire to play those roles. Uh, Fun fact, and this is more about me than him. Before the Lord of the Rings movies came out, I was excited but not too excited, and had already started reading the books. But then I found out they cast Sean Bean for my favorite character of Boromir and decided to speed read the rest before it came out, and almost ended up putting down the books after, well, what happens to Boromir. Sigh. Although, I kept on reading for my love of the pure Samwise Gamgee, bless his soul. And that boy is, I love Samwise too. Um, so what do I love about Sean Bean? Well, beyond his looks, and I think he still looks good for his age, I love his very down-to-earth approach to acting. He views it as a job and nothing more, and has made it very plain that he doesn't take his roles home with him, and has become known for being able to instantly switch both in and out of character at a moment's notice. He's known for both being rowdy at times but also a quiet man, or at least the latter is how he self-describes. And having never met him personally, I can only take him at his word, which is fine. Quiet is fine. I would also very much love to have a coffee and a chat with him. It's rumored he's had a turbulent relationship-based life, so I won't really comment on that except to say he's been married 5 times and divorced 4, and is currently taken by someone named Ashley Moore, so question mark. He also firmly resides in Fantasyland anyway, so, I wish him a happy life. Um, and, and here's a funny picture I found. Clearly he enjoys playing with that meme about him. Yes. All right. Moving on. To the wonderful and beautiful Donnie Yen. He is beautiful and Hong Kongian. This pretty man is 5 feet 6 inches. I first met him in the Ip Man movies about a real Chinese wushu fighter who stands up for China against the occupying Japanese during the Second Sino-Japanese War and subsequent historical happenings as the series progresses. I think there's 4 of them, and they all take place at different times in Chinese history. Donnie was born in China, but his family emigrated to the US when he was 4. But he was a regular traveler between the US and China, having been sent there for specialized wushu training by his parents because he'd dropped out of school. His first film was Drunken Tai Chi, and since then he's probably been in like 10,000 wushu movies, at least some of them probably due to his friendship with Yuen Wo Ping, famous for choreographing fights in the Matrix movie franchise. Look at him. He looks great in his suit, doesn't he? This man is exquisite with his martial arts. You can tell just by watching him that it's not for show. He legitimately knows how to do it. I've seen behind the scenes of him instructing co-stars in various movies on how to do things. By all accounts, he is very nice and professional, and I've seen very little, if at all, negative things about him. Then again, he is prominent in Chinese, so I don't foresee too much negative getting out about him anyway. That's off topic and beside the point, but anyway. What do I love about him personally, beside his looks? Well, he can act as well as do martial arts, naturally even, and he seems to have a sense of humor as well, but still takes things seriously. Plus, he officially joined the world of Star Wars with his role as Chirrut Imwe in Rogue One, which was awesome. Although if you ask me, he was wasted, barely doing any martial arts. You have a legit wushu expert and he barely does any wushu? What a crime. A crime, I tells you. I mean, really. Especially considering he's been described by the likes of Jackie Chan and Jet Li as one of the best martial artists in the Chinese martial arts movie genre. Not only able to do wushu, but also taekwondo and tai chi and boxing. He is also a legitimate philanthropist, having started his own philanthropic charity foundation and supporting other important causes both in China and abroad. And here's a picture of him as Ip Man. And this man is beautiful in action. Just watching him do martial arts. Yeah. He was totally wasted in Star Wars. He deserves better. Way better. Anyway, moving on to this beautiful man, David Tennant. He is beautiful and Scottish. This delicious man is 6 feet and 3/4 inches. I first met him as the 10th Doctor in Doctor Who, where I immediately fell head over heels for him because he was just fantastic and embraced the role because he'd been a fanboy since his youth and was here for it. He actually wanted to act because he loved Doctor Who so much and told his parents that. He actually started acting while he was still in secondary or high school, doing safety commercials, but also mixed it up with some theater acting. They encouraged him to start theater training, and he eventually graduated from the Royal Scottish Academy of Arts and Music, now known as the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland, and he just continued on with both TV and theater. He did a whole bunch of other things, but Doctor Who was when he really broke out, joining an already insanely popular franchise, and of course his reason for acting in the first place, fuck yeah, and gaining both acclaim and popularity on his own. He's known for his bubbly personality on set, always happy to clown around with co-stars and production staff, joking and doing the occasional prank. What do I love about him personally, beside his looks? Not gonna lie, I'm a huge fan of the Scottish brogue, so there's that. Boy can act and has a wide range, anything from The Doctor to any one of his theater works, including a lot of Shakespeare productions, and also anything in his filmography. So he's got a long list behind him. Fun fact, he's a major, huge fan of the Scottish band The Proclaimers. So at the end of his run as the 10th Doctor on Doctor Who, he assembled the entire cast and crew of the show, as well as the Proclaimers themselves, and did a massive goodbye video to the I'm Gonna Be the 500 Miles song, including him dancing next to his favorite band and being a giddy 12-year-old about it, which is super cute. Fun fact too, he's married, alas, to Georgia Moffat, making him the son-in-law of 5th Doctor Peter Davison, with Georgia also having played on Doctor Who as a clone of the 10th Doctor. Don't ask, though I could explain it being a Whovian, but I'll spare you. And of course, I wish him a happy life. And here's him being adorable as the 10th Doctor. He was also amazingly creepy in Jessica Jones. And just, yeah. And his 5 minutes in the franchise that will not be named is also great. So yeah, good work. Who do we have next? Well, we have Mr. Idris Elba. Goodness, I've only gone half an hour. I guess I'll have to get more pretty boys up then. This artwork is 6 foot 2 inches. I can't recall which I met him first in. It was either in The Wire as Stringer Bell or Luther as DCI John Luther, but in any case, yowza. He started acting by auditioning for a play where he met his agent during his performance, and he hasn't stopped acting since, and he credits the newspaper where he saw the ad, which is called The Stage, for getting him started. He's got an extensive and long filmography both on TV and film, but he's really famous for The Wire and Luther, as well as also being in both Marvel and DC films, although I'd personally say he was wasted in the Marvel films because they were really huge ensemble films, and he barely had anything to do. Although he did, of course, do amazing things with what little he had. I'm a firm believer in Idris Elba for Batman, although I know it'll probably never happen, because although, I mean, I'm really Idris Elba for every role, because he's just that good. Sadly, he's already shot down the possibility of being James Bond, which is a crime if you ask me, because he'd chew that role and spit it out so hard the movies would likely revive 1,000 times. But Britain has a racism problem, and racism is bullshit, so I really don't blame Idris for shooting it down and just trying to stay out of it. Self-preservation is definitely important. He's been nominated for all sorts of awards, which, if you ask me, is well deserved. The man's a British national treasure. What do I love about him beside his looks? Well, his accent for one. Man could read me a phone book and I'd be enthralled. But beyond that, man knows how to plumb the depths of every character he's done, really turn over and examine the characters he plays and portray them as a real person, giving depth where there might not even necessarily be any, which is always a delight to see. He's a one-man acting class. And fun fact, he's also a DJ, known as DJ Big Driss, which started because his father has a DJing company and he would help out from time to time, and it became a major hobby of his. So, wow, I just blew through 6 pages of notes. But you know what? I guess I'll improvise now. Let's see. Or maybe I can go on talking about the boys I've already covered. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. What? Screw it. You know what? I'll see if I can improvise some more boys. Here's a pretty boy. Here's another pretty boy. Another pretty and Scottish boy. It's so hard being thirsty and trying to talk about it. I'm sorry guys. I'm still learning how to do this, so let's see. Let's look through Mr. McGregor's life. So this is the delicious Ewan McGregor. He is pretty and Scottish. Oh, Luke Evans. He's very pretty. Yes. Hi, Kishanam. Welcome. You are just in time for the young Mr. Obi-Wan Kenobi himself. This is Ewan McGregor. How tall is he? Ewan McGregor is likely either 5'6" or 5'7". So somewhere around there. That is not too short. Not that I rate men on heights. It was more just for informational purposes. Geez. I did not anticipate blowing through all of my thirst in half an hour. Why do I do this to myself? Alright. Let's see. He was born in Scotland. He got his first role. Let's see. He attended the Guildhall School of Music and Drama in Scotland. He was in a TV series called Lipstick on Your Collar in 1993, and after that he got like a whole bunch of roles in the UK. He was cast as Obi-Wan in the prequels between 1999 and 2005. Fun fact, his uncle Dennis Lawson had played Wedge Antilles in the original Star Wars trilogy, so that's fun. His filmography is nice and long. He's also famous for playing Mark Renton in the Trainspotting film. Let's see. So he was actually in the same season of the TV show Fargo as Mr. Linklater was, although their characters only met briefly when he was chased out of Ewan McGregor's character's office. Welcome back, Ryaskar. I am now improvising because I was so thirsty. I might have drunk my entire water, so to speak. Let's see. But yes, so him and Hamish were in the same season of the TV show Fargo. Hamish's character was investigating Ewan's character, and he came in, got chased out of his office by some of the goons that were working with Ewan McGregor, and then later on, he was contacted by another character, and they helped take out Ewan's character because he'd gotten seduced by the dark side, so to speak. The dark financial side, because of money. Let's see. What do I like about him? I like that he is an adventurous person. He takes all sorts of roles. He's known for being feminist, even putting in his contract that he's trying to equal out the amount of nudity between men and women actors, because he views it as not being fair that women are subject to being nude more than men. So I approve. I approve. Very good. He's kind of famous for getting nude, which I have no issues with, because he asks for it. So let's see. As far as I know, he's single. He did have one relationship, but they divorced. Oh, okay. He's actually, I was wrong. He's not single. He met his co-star Mary Elizabeth Winstead on Fargo as well, and they have a kid apparently. So good for him. I of course would love to have a coffee and a chat with him, just to hang out. Um, Stop messaging me, people. Given that he seems to be a very interesting person, he also has a nonfiction TV show where he motorcycles all across Europe, and I think he does Africa too. Um, so he's traveled the world. He's done interesting things. He loves motorcycling. What do I love about his acting? Well, he brings a sort of humanity to his roles. He he has a very light-hearted nature, which even in his more serious and darker roles seems to shine through, and that to me makes him all the more easy to relate to. He's very easy on the eyes. Definitely a nice tall drink of water. Um, he let's see. Oh, he's a French Knight of the Order of Arts and Letters, and he's also an officer of the Order of the British Empire, which is really cool. So good for him. I could watch him in anything. He's very tasty and delicious. Let's see. Yes, he's also been in a DC movie. He was the adult version of Dan Torrance in Doctor Sleep. Yeah. So he's definitely, yeah, yeah, definitely some irony there. Let's see. All right, who else? Who else? Maybe I'll go back and talk about my boys, my previous boys, because some of you have missed that. All right. Actually, I've already covered them. Help, friends. All right, let's do Luke Evans. He's not an obsession, but he's definitely easy on the eyes, so we will find out about him together. Ooh. Yes, he is pretty yummy, isn't he? Sorry, just trying to find a picture to put up. Sure. Let us do... Almost there. Whoa, big boy. All right. There's the pretty boy. He was large, but now he's small. All right. He was born in Wales. That's a good place. He was apparently in a Fast and Furious movie. He was also... Shut up, computer. He was also Bard the Bowman in the Hobbit movies, which is where I learned about him. I have not watched The Beauty and the Beast where he played Gaston, but you know what? I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty tempted. He is pretty. He's very pretty. Let's see. He studied with a singing coach in Cardiff, and then he won a scholarship to London Studio Centre. He started in theatre from 2000 to 2008, where he did a lot of West End productions. He was noticed by film casting directors in U.S. agencies, where he broke out. He has a fairly decent filmography. He's been in several films and, a few TV shows. He's apparently sung a few songs too, which I guess it makes sense. Yep. They both look similar, kind of, so I can understand that. Yeah, they both look kind of similar, but not in a bad way. Oh. Well, this, I just found out he's gay, so good for him. I hope he has a successful life as LGBTQ. He's had a couple of relationships, and apparently last year in an interview he said he was interested in having kids. So there you go. I do like his accent. I don't know if I've ever heard if there's a difference between his films accents and... Yeah, I agree, Keishnam. I agree. They have similar facial structure, and they both act very flowery sometimes. They do look so alike. It's a very easy thing to mix up. But, it's not bad. One hot guy being mistaken for another hot guy, not anything to really complain about. But yeah. What do I like about him? Well, I'm not obsessed with him, but he's definitely, easy on the eyes. He seems to be really good at acting. He's done lots of shows, and if he's continued to do theater, that means he's very good at what he does. Uh, so yeah. Exactly, Keishnam. Exactly. Who else do I like? Let's see. I already. Hmm. I have not done Jason Momoa, but he is a very good suggestion. I'm also not obsessed with him, but I certainly have nothing against him, so let's get him going, shall we? Um, oh, that's not a picture. Here's a good picture. All right. Funny enough, I have liked Jason Momoa for a long time as well. Um, just let me get him up here. All right, here we go. So, let's see, how tall is he? He seems to be about 6'4". So that's actually that's the same height as Mr. Linklater. But whereas Mr. Linklater is tall and thin, Mr. Momoa, shut up computer, is a bit more thick and built. Not in a bad way. So, let's see. I first met Jason Momoa when he was in Stargate Atlantis as Ronan Dex. He was an alien from a planet that was basically hunting people down for sport, and he ran into our Stargate Atlantis crew and was like, "Hey guys, can you maybe help save me, please? And in return, I'll join you and help save other people." So they're like, "Okay." So yeah, that's fun. He was really good. I really liked him in Stargate Atlantis. Although, yeah, I guess, I don't know. I heard somewhere that he wasn't very happy with Stargate Atlantis, so I don't know how true that is, but whatever. So he was born in Hawaii, and he has a lot of mixed Native American and Native Hawaiian ancestry. He was discovered and started being a model. Sorry. He was also cast in Baywatch Hawaii in 1999 to 2001. After that, he did another show, and then Stargate Atlantis. He did Conan. He was Khal Drogo in Game of Thrones. He did a few other TV shows. He was in a TV show called Frontier, which was Canadian, I was shocked that he was in a Canadian show, but that's really cool. He was also apparently an executive producer, so I think I've got to watch that. He was Duncan Idaho in the new Denis Villeneuve film Dune. Um, Apparently he's in Fast and Furious 10, and he's gonna be in the Minecraft movie, which is okay. I'm not sure we needed. Hi, Ishmael. You are more than welcome to be involved. I welcome it. The more the merrier. Um, we're talking about Jason Momoa now, and apparently I'm taking fan suggestions, which is perfectly fine. I like looking at pretty boys, so if anybody has more pretty boys to look at and talk about, please, please feel free to suggest them. Neither did I, Cece. Yes. Please, please be involved, Ishmael. And thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I didn't know there was a Minecraft movie. But okay. I mean, good for him. Um, he was in a relationship with actress Lisa Bonet, but they divorced. Although, yeah. And they didn't marry until 2017. And in January of this year, they announced they were ending their marriage. He is, he knows various martial arts, and he started practicing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so that's really cool. He likes heavy metal music, and he's done vocals on some tracks. Let's see, what do I like about him? He is... No, please suggest. Ooh, Richard Armitage, that's another good suggestion. Well, he's got a certainly unique look to him, which is very nice. He seems to be a cool guy. Oh, cool. According to Ishmael, he drank a pair of Guinnesses to bulk up for a scene in Aquaman, so that's really cool. He is, yes. He seems to be very nice. I think he's also a big joker behind the scenes, at least from what I've seen of him. He is very big on respecting native ancestral sites in Hawaii. He protested against the building of the 30-meter telescope on Mauna Kea, which is a holy spiritual site for native Hawaiians. So good for him on that. Absolutely. So yeah, good for him. Good for him. Seems like a good person. I don't know too much about him, but that's all right. We are finding out together. Richard Armitage. Let's look him up. He's also a guy I've liked. Let's see. Let's see. Nope, that picture won't work. Oh, here's a good picture. Nope. Come on, somebody cooperate with me. Please let me save this picture. There we go. All right. Picture acquired. There we go. Yes, we will all learn together about all of our actor suggestions. This is Mr. Armitage. Let us find out together about him. How tall is he? He is 6 feet 2 inches. Respectable. Very respectable. Not that I judge men on height. Let's see. He is beautiful and British. Shut up, computer. Let's see. After graduating from the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, also known as LAMDA, Armitage initially sought theater work and was a member of the Royal Shakespeare Company. So he's a Shakespearean actor. Good for him. Let's see. He started off playing music, and he learned how to play the cello and the flute. Good choices. And then he decided to focus more on drama. He went to an independent boarding school specializing in performance arts called Pattison College. So he credits that with giving him opportunities. So good for him. Let's see. He joined. Let's see. Yes, after graduating from LAMDA, he returned to the stage with the Royal Shakespeare Company and did several plays with them. His first TV show was a BBC show called Sparkhouse. After that, he has acquired a pretty substantial filmography and TVography. He was in The Hobbit, so there you go. He was also in Captain America as a bad guy very briefly. I don't know what else he's really known for, but what little he's done very well. I think he's a great character actor. He's very good at looking kind of shady. He seems to play those roles a lot. He's kind of flown under the radar, but you know, not every actor can get super big. Let's see. He's got a very nice voice. Of course, very easy on the eyes. Ooh, Mads Mikkelsen, yes. Yes, he was really good in Hannibal. Yes. All right, we will do Mads Mikkelsen next. But yes, let's see. Apparently, Mr. Armitage has described himself as a method actor. So I guess he likes to really dive in deep and do the whole thing. I don't know. I don't know what kind of relationships he's in. Oh, he's also done voice acting because he has a rather baritone voice. So there we go. I don't know much trivia about him, but because there isn't too much, but I wish him the best, and most success in life. All right, let us do Mads Mikkelsen. Ooh, he's a tall boy. All right. Let me get a picture up of him. There he is. Whoa, big boy. Large. He is large. There we go. He is large. So he is 5'11", so pretty tall. But he is also very distinctive looking. He's a very good actor and apparently a really huge nerd. Let's see where to start. All right, he is beautiful and Danish. He was born in Copenhagen. So he actually started off in dancing. So that's really neat. He was a professional dancer for almost a decade before he left that to go to the, and hopefully I'll pronounce this right, Aarhus Theater School in 1996 to start acting. He started acting in an internationally successful film called Pusher. And after that, he has gained a very large filmography. Yes. Let's see, what's he most famous for? I'd say he's definitely famous for the Chiffre in the Bond film Casino Royale. Mikkelsen has said that he so easily won the part that even Daniel Craig asked him if he had slept with someone in order to be cast. Ugh. But still, he said of the casting, they'd done their homework, seen my stuff, so it was fine. Just a bit of anticlimax because I was so ready to do more for them, but you're in. He was already big in Denmark by that time, so the international role didn't really change much for him. He got, of course, international acclaim for that, so that's really cool. He's done several Danish films, so good for him. He was in a film called Valhalla Rising. let's see. Uh, yes, he is also famous for being Hannibal Lecter in the TV show Hannibal, which was amusingly enough filmed in Canada, um, actually around Toronto and Hamilton, which is pretty neat. And if you know the locale, you can pick it out. Yes, he was amazing. I fell in love with it. The show was full of gore, but it was still very beautiful. And I remember myself at the time describing it as like watching a beautiful painting every week, which is really, it's true. The series was just so good. Definitely one of my favorite shows. That's really great to hear, Kishnam. Yeah, it's always he he has a lot of let's see. What do I like about him? He's very he's got a very distinctive look to him. Um, he knows how to play a character. He's a very good character actor. Um, and he's good at bouncing off other people. I like his voice. I love me a good accent, though. I'm a sucker for accents. Um, he's probably not for everybody in terms of looks, but he should be for everybody in terms of acting. Um, he's played both villain and hero. He was also in Star Wars Rogue One, playing the main character's dad, and he's also become a bit of a meme, at least in the Star Wars world. People, uh, excuse me, people screen cap his scene right at the beginning with, aw, bongos, bongo. Um, where he's asked what it's like to live as a peaceful farmer, and he's like, it's very peaceful. It's a peaceful life, and that's been translated to what's it like being a fan of all of the Star Wars films. It's a peaceful life. So, yeah, good for him. He has a lot of depth and talent. I didn't know he could dance. That was really neat. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm kind of faltering. Let's see. He, oh, he's a knight in Denmark as well as a knight in France. Oh, he has range. He's played everything from Danish freedom fighters to, well, of course, Le Chiffre, to Hannibal Lecter, to even a video game, Death Stranding. Oh, apparently he's also in the next Indiana Jones film. Let's see. He married a choreographer named Hannah Jacobson, and they have a daughter and a son, so good for him. I wish them the best of life. He's lived in Copenhagen, except when he lived in Toronto while filming Hannibal. He is often voted as the sexiest man in Danish polls. In addition to his native Danish, he speaks Swedish, German, English, Russian, and French. So he is a learned man. Yes, I didn't know that either. So that's really cool. And good for him and good for his success. And I wish him all the best in life. Yeah, he's always fun to see. I like him in like everything he does. Yeah. Good on you. Let's see. Any other actor suggestions? Anybody have anybody they want Sascha, Professor Sascha, to talk about? Otherwise, I will continue to improvise. Let's see. Who Who else does Sascha like? Oh, Chris Pratt? I guess I can do that. I'm not all too fond of him, but there's a reason. I'll get into it. Let's see. All right. So here's Mr. Pratt. Let's see, how tall is Mr. Pratt? He is 6'1". So that's a respectable height. Let us find out about him. He's from Minnesota. He doesn't have the accent. I guess being an actor, he wouldn't have it though. Let's see. He, Interesting. Okay, so when he was 19, he waited tables at the Bubba Gump Shrimp Company restaurant in Maui when he was discovered by actress and director Rae Dawn Chong. She cast him in her directorial debut, the short horror film Cursed Part 3. His first regular TV role was on a show called Everwood, and then he joined the OC, and then he was in a film, Wanted, with another, there's another boy I could do, James McAvoy. Yes, Rahul Kohli. I will do him next. Let's see. And after that, he started to acquire a filmography. We know him for, he was in Zero Dark 30. He was in the film Her. He was in Parks and Recreation, and then Emmett Brakowski in the Lego Movie, and of course Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's also been in a whole bunch of other films, Jurassic World, and now he'll be in the next Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Oh, no, he was in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And yeah, he's known for being pretty charming and funny. What do I like about him? He's handsome, of course. He's got a nice voice. He can dance, as seen in Guardians of the Galaxy. He brings a lot of humor to his roles. I guess that comes from being on Parks and Recreation. He got famous for buffing up for Star-Lord. Let's see. Yeah, I guess one of my problems is he's a member of a church that's infamously anti-LGBTQ. He denies being anti-LGBTQ. So, that's a bit of controversy around him. So I guess take that as you will. I guess that's my biggest issue with him, but yes. He appears to be a huge nerd. He married Anna Faris, but they split in 2017. He's now with author Katherine Schwarzenegger, and they have a kid. And they're expecting a second one, so I guess good for them. He's donated to a few causes in the US, so I guess that's also good. And yeah, I mean, no shade on people for enjoying him. He's not an obsession of mine, but he's definitely an interesting actor who I guess one can take as they will. And yes, no shade of people for liking him. Let's move on to Mr. Coley. Where are you? I already saved a picture of you, I think. There we are. Yes, some British hotness in the room. More British hotness. This is Mr. Rahul Kohli, as suggested by Flora. How tall is he? He is 6 feet 3 inches, so 1 inch shorter than Mr. Linklater, his co-star in Midnight Mass. Even though they barely met, except for at the very end. He is delicious and British, beautiful and British rather. He was born in England. To Indian Hindu immigrant parents. But he is very English. He was in a lead role in iZombie, and he was in every episode of the show as Dr. Ravi Chakrabarti, and he maintained his delicious accent. Very easy to listen to. He was in Supergirl and the animated show Harley Quinn. He was also in The Haunting of Bly Manor as Owen Sharma, where he met Mike Flanagan. And then because of that, and he was friends with Mike Flanagan, he was in Midnight Mass, where he also met the delicious Mr. Linklater. He is engaged to his girlfriend, Yasmin Malloy. He is an active Twitter user. which I followed him on Twitter, although he is taking a break from it right now um, for personal reasons. He also builds Warhammer figurines, 40K, which is really cool. He's a huge nerd like me. Uh, he's very he seems to be very humble in that he made a post on Twitter saying, I don't know why people are finding me so attractive. I'm just waiting for it to end. So he's very humble. Either that or he portrays it. He seems to be very fun. He specifically based the look of his role as Sheriff Hassan off, at least partially off of Joel from The Last of Us. So that's his tribute, which is great. Let's see. What do I like about him? Well, obviously his looks and his accent. I could listen to him read the phone book. He's definitely in that club. I don't know much about how he acts, but he does it very well. I will definitely give him that. He seems to be very passionate, very funny. He probably, I will guess, gets along well with fellow actors, and according to interviews with Mr. Linklater, the entire crew sort of became their own parish, so to speak, because it was filmed during the worst of, well, not the worst, but it was filmed during the pandemic. So they basically had to self-isolate, and when they were filming, it was quick in and out scenes, no time to mess around. They tried their best to get it in one take, that sort of thing. So I'd imagine he made some very close friendships during that. Let's see. He was asked if he wanted to play Doctor Who, and he said, I've already played the best Doctor, referring to his iZombie role. And that was a fun show. So recommend that. Yeah. He's done a few video game voice roles. In Rage 2, Gears 5, and Fortnite, and he's now in Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, which is the next Ghostbusters game, so good for him. Joining another franchise I love and adore. Yeah, so I wish him all the best in life and success and all that, and I hope he I hope he continues in life. Yeah. All right, let's get some more hot actors going. Do I have anybody I haven't done yet? All right. Let's see. Hot actors. Well, since we're on the Midnight Mass train, I might as well get another one. All right, just getting a picture on. This is Mr. Zach Gilford, another co-star from Midnight Mass. He played a character called Riley Flynn. Let us height. How tall are you? He is 5'8", so he's pretty tall. I'd say he brought a lot of warmth to Midnight Mass because his character is very looking for redemption. I won't get into why because that's a huge spoiler, but definitely recommend the show. Let's see. He's beautiful and American. Doesn't say where he started acting, but he did start acting in Law and Order, Friday Night Lights. Ah, that's where I've seen him before. Friday Night Lights. He's been in a few movies and TV shows, minor roles. I don't know much about him, but he's pretty good. Yeah, I've seen interviews with him. He seems really nice. Ooh, Nathan Fillion. Yes. There we go. Nice Canadian boy. I did watch Castle for a while. It was very fun. Let's see. I love it when a Canadian boy goes big. Find a good picture. There we go. That'll do. Ah. Come on, internet, give me a picture. There we go. Ooh, Lord. All right. There we go. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Fillion. He is 6'1". He is a tall boy. All right. Let us find out about our Canadian boy. He was born in Edmonton, Alberta, so he's an Alberta boy, a Western boy. He was raised in Edmonton. Let's see. He started with theater, television, and film productions in Canada and then moved to New York City, where he started in One Life to Live, if you watch your soaps. He went on to do a few roles, and then he was in Saving Private Ryan, which is probably where he blew up. Yes, he is large and tall. Um, he was recurring. Well, he was the main character in Firefly, Captain Mal. Mal Reynolds. Mal. Yep. And then he was in Buffy. He's done several voiceover roles in cartoons, and he's been in a lot of TV shows. He's also done uh, voice acting for video games. Um, yes, he is Mal. Um, let's see. What is he most famous for? Well, he's definitely most famous for Mal in Firefly. Well, at least to me. He's also famous for being in the Halo games. He was in Castle, which he gained a lot of love for. Um, he was in James Gunn's 2006 horror film Slither, which was amazing. Weird. SPR? What? SPR? What are you talking about? Oh, yes. Yes, he was. That's him. Yep. Um, Sorry about that. Took me a second. Uh, he seems to be very funny, a bubbly personality type. Um, I've heard nothing but good about him. Um, Lots of people love him, and deservedly so. Uh, for August 7th and 8th in last year, the Edmonton City Hall was renamed the Nathan Fillion Civilian Pavilion after a petition from fans with over 27,000 signatures and support from Fillion's co-stars in The Suicide Squad, because he was in that movie too. Oh my gosh! Welcome! Welcome! Welcome, Raiders! Welcome, Winter Blaze! Floofy Fox Raid. I like foxes. They're cute. Woo! Welcome, Titania Nekarina. Woo! Thanks for the follow. Welcome, everybody. My name is Sascha. I'm doing a thirst stream. Welcome, Maddox231. Yes, we are. We're talking hot boys and other attractive boys. And we've been, we've been talking about hot boys. So welcome in. This is Hotpants 101 with Professor Sascha, and I am now taking fan recommendations. Woo! I love a good raid. Raids are fun. They make me happy. So yes, back to Hotpants. Right now we are talking about Mr. Nathan Fillion, proud Canadian boy. He made it big, or at least somewhat big. Famous for Firefly, and famous for other things. Oh, it's alright, Yubi. You're amazing for tuning in, so thank you very much. I appreciate each and every one of you. You are all on my love list, because you're the best audience on Twitch. And I love you all. You're all amazing people. Oh, that's a lot of ums. I say lots of ums. I'm sorry, guys. I'm improvising. I sort of drank all of my original thirsts, so... Let's see. Oh, yeah, he was in Santa Clarita Diet, too. Weird but wonderful show. Highly recommend. If you are a hot boy, you are on the list. I am talking about actors right now, but I do appreciate hot boys in general. So good job, Winter Blaze 777. I appreciate your hotness here. You are recognized. Yes. Let's see. Yeah, he's done a lot of voice things. So what do I like about Nathan Fillion? He is Canadian boy, gone big, lots of fans, been in lots of things. He's very funny. He's easy to look at. He is a great actor. He knows how to dive deep and play around with things and stir things up a bit. By all accounts, he is hilarious on set, a very good person. Um, I I don't know if he's really philanthropic or not, but I'd say he's philanthropic just on the pure basis of giving us all of his performances. He makes the world a brighter place, and I will definitely appreciate that. For sure. Uh, let's see. Let's get another pretty boy. I need a pretty boy. Somebody give me a pretty boy. Pretty boy, pretty boy. Who do I like? Who do I like? I've already gone over my main pretty boys. We've had a lot of suggestions. I believe that everybody's pretty in their own way, Maddox. I think we all bring something to the table, and even if you don't find yourself attractive, you are probably somebody's type. And that, I think that's important. Oh my god, another raid! Fossil Phase, thank you! There you go, Titania Nekarina. It's good. Although people should never throw flaming sticks at anybody. Welcome, Raiders! Welcome! Welcome, Jurgovon Gaming! Yay! Thank you for the raid! My name is Sascha, and this is Hotpants 101. We are looking at pretty boys. So please feel free. I am taking audience suggestions because I blew through my 6 pages of notes in like half an hour. So if anybody has any suggestions, please feel free. I'm trying to think of more pretty boys to look at and talk about. Wow, 2 raids. I don't think I've ever gotten 2 raids in one stream. This is amazing. Welcome, and thank you for the follow, Jurgovon Gaming. I really appreciate it. I am one of 4 Dungeon Lounge friendly monsters. Today is my talking day. Flora, you can see in the chat, she also does... Oh yeah, James McAvoy. Ooh, more raids. Yes, I was going to do James McAvoy. There we go. Thank you for the reminder. All right. Yes, pretty Scottish boy. Let's get some pretty Scottish boy going. I do like me a good pretty Scottish boy. We've already done one already with Mr. Tennant. Let's get another. And we've also already done Ewan McGregor. We've got some good Scottish content going on this stream. Ooh, here's a good picture. I'm a griffin. I am a griffin. Yes, I am a griffin. Very much a griffin. 100%. Totally. Aw, thank you, Flora. I really appreciate it. Ooh, James is large. Aw, thank you, Fossil. It's really sweet of you guys. I really appreciate it. All right. Aw, thank you. I love all you guys. You're the best. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you all. You're all wonderful, great people. Aw. Much love and hugs to you all. All right, we are now looking at the delicious James McAvoy.
Cute.
Yes, he is. He is very cute. Very cute and deliciously Scottish. All right, James McAvoy is 5'7", so a respectable height. He is beautiful and Scottish. Let's see. All right. Let's see. He was born in Glasgow. He had actually applied to join the Royal Navy and had already been accepted when he was also offered a place to study acting at the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland, which is the same place that David Tennant learned how to act. So, aw, thank you. Thank you, Flora, and thank you, Fossil Phase. I really appreciate it, and thanks for tuning in, and thanks for the raid. You are wonderful people. So yes, he graduated from the Royal Scottish Academy of Music and Drama, same as David Tennant. And after graduating, he moved to London. His acting debut was a film called The Near Room when he was 15 years old. He continued to act. He was in a lot of bit parts and guest starring roles. There was a film. Oh, is that a film or a theater? Oh, he was in a theater role when he caught director Sam Mendes' attention. From there, he was in Band of Brothers, and then he gained attention in a 4-part television drama miniseries called White Teeth. And after that, he just sort of shot into stardom. Actually, I first noticed him in the Frank Herbert's Children of Dune TV show. So that was when I first saw him, and I kind of fell in love with him, and then I kind of forgot about him, embarrassingly. But yes, he got really noticed when he was in The Chronicles of Narnia, playing Tumnus, a fawn. And after that, yes, he also got noticed in the movie The Last King of Scotland, where, yeah, he was acting alongside Forrest Whitaker. And yeah, after that, he just sort of took off. He also got noticed for playing Professor X in the X-Men movies, where he was English, pretending to be English. But yes, he was also in... What was that other movie I noticed him in? Jeez, what was it? Where's his... Oh, they're making me go to a whole other page. All right, rude. Where is it? Where is it? Which film was it in? Wanted. That's where I noticed him, for the role of Wesley Gibson. So yes, that was the other film I noticed him in which I found him quite attractive and very good. He has been nominated for and won a lot of awards, so good for him. Which I think are well deserved. Why do I like him? He seems to be a pretty easygoing, laid-back kind of person. He seems to pick interesting roles. I think he really enjoys acting. I think he brings to it a lightness. The second best dragon. I mean, as 3 raccoons in a trench coat, Flora does do a really good impression of a dragon, so I don't fault you for saying that, Kishnam. Flora is definitely really good at acting for making people believe she's a dragon. And I do admire her. But yes. What do I like about him? Yeah, he seems easygoing. He brings a lightness, except when he dives in hard. He has range, like every other actor. He's very athletic. He made me fall in love with him as Professor X and made me ship him and Professor X and Magneto together. They were a delicious couple. It was a love story for the ages. Definitely shipped them. In all the interviews, he seems pretty fun, pretty lighthearted, a bit of a joker. I guess as most Scottish people are. Him and David Tennant are both cut from similar cloth, which I appreciate. Of course, he has a nice Scottish brogue, which he's often disguised as English, but sometimes he hasn't, so yeah. He's definitely in my will pay to see stand in front of a brick wall and read the phone book for 2 hours list. Yeah, I pretty much enjoy him in every role. And I have no issues with him. He is very handsome, very Scottish. A delight. A delight. Yeah. I think my words are starting to fail me. Improvising for like an hour and a half takes a lot. So I think I will call it with the delicious Mr. McAvoy keeping us company. I would like to thank everyone for attending my special Hotpants 101 lecture today. You are all the best students, best audience. I love you all. I appreciate your company today for my thirst stream. I apologize I wasn't better prepared. I thought 6 pages of notes would be enough, but I didn't realize I would just blow through it like that. I guess I was really thirsty today. And I would also like to thank everyone who voted for this. You're welcome, Flora. Thank you for tuning in. I didn't realize I would get so much attention, but I'm glad I did. And I'm glad you all enjoyed it. This has been a whole lot of fun. And I'm glad you all got to drink with me too. I was very thirsty today. Let's see. What is going on in the Dungeon Lounge world? Tonight, we have Mal for the second part of our double feature Tuesday. He will be playing Dark Souls 1, so tune in to watch his frustration. And fun, of course. Tomorrow, we will have the wonderful Dracoon Flora playing more Elden Ring, and hopefully kicking that one bad guy's ass that she was getting so frustrated over. So obviously I wish you the best of luck with that, Flora, tomorrow. Thursday is Tactical Thursday with Mal playing more Triangle Strategy, a most wonderful game that has been very fun to enjoy. Friday, I am not quite sure what Elizabeth is doing. I think actually she might be playing more one-shot, ? Tune in to her Twitter to find out, I guess. And then Saturday will be me, and I will be playing Divinity Original Sin 2 with Licky Glock again, regular time, 3 to 5. Sunday will be our Maids RPG session, so that should be really fun. Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, Elizabeth is still doing one shot on Friday, so tune in for more of that. Very fun game to watch. And then back to Monday with Flora playing more Elden Ring, and hopefully there won't be too much steam coming out of her ears on that with frustration. And then we'll come back to Double Feature Tuesday for another Sascha Speaks. I will be putting up another poll, so please be sure to check on my Twitter and give me a vote. I would love to do, well, I'll give you all 4 options, so you can pick which one you want me to do. Although I gotta say, putting together new talking streams every Tuesday has been a little bit stressful, so I'm debating playing a game instead, but I'll see how that goes. But yes, I will probably still put up a poll regardless. So please vote. Please be sure to join us on Discord if you have not already. Check out our YouTube where our VODs go to die. And yeah, thank you everybody again for tuning in. And now let us go do a raid. Does anybody have any suggestions? If you do, please feel free to use your channel points. Otherwise, I will pick somebody who could probably use a bit more company. Or is playing a popular game. Let us see. All right, we can join. Let's do Gaia VTuber who is playing Pokemon Legends Arceus, because I know we have lots of fans of Pokemon. So let's get that going. Thank you again for tuning in, everybody. Please be sure to tune in again later for Mal playing Dark Souls 1 and hopefully not getting too frustrated. And yeah, I will see you all later.